Just me, a place to be me, where you get to experience life. 'Cause life is a journey, not a guided tour. If you want the rainbow, you have to go through the rain.
Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. This month, we're going to be focusing in on the intersectionality of faith and spirituality and mental health and wellness. And for a very, very long time, both of these topics have been at two separate ends of the spectrum. And during this month, we're going to try to bring them both together and have a very transparent conversation with a couple of different community members, clergy members, pastors, respectable people in the community, because for the longest time, there has been this concern where faith and mental health have been on two different ends of the spectrum. And we want to try to address some of those concerns, but also some of that thinking that has created a lot of stress within various communities. And so one of the things that we're going to be talking about and discussing is, where did mental health and faith even begin to become a separate entity? And then we're going to kind of mosey on down through how can faith still be interwoven and mental health still be interwoven in between, some resources and supports, because people practice spirituality, but people also need support with mental health and wellness. So as licensed professionals, myself, Sasha Giles, Tracy, and Sharina Smith, we all are mental health professionals. Ms. Smith, what else like mental health is?
Well, when we think of faith and mental health, they are interconnected aspects of our well-being. One can seek professional mental health support while maintaining a strong faith. So basically, we're wanting to hear more from our clergymen and other ones, just to say that you can seek mental health support and also maintain a strong faith. Another thing is faith communities play a vital role in mental health. So with that being said, faith communities can offer a supportive environment, providing emotional and spiritual support to individuals facing mental health challenges. And also, spiritual practices can enhance mental well-being. So engaging in spiritual practices such as prayer, meditation, and worship can contribute to mental health by reducing stress and fostering a sense of peace. Stigma reduction through faith. Addressing and reducing the stigma around mental health within faith communities is crucial for encouraging individuals to seek support.
And I think you make a good point there when you talk about how various types of access to spirituality, faith, religion can provide support for different individuals and different entities. So even if I don't believe in a certain type of religion, me going to church or me going to a certain place where I can experience that fellowship, that community, that support, can be just as supportive and motivating as, and even if not more than, discussing things and getting that support from family members or friends. So it's not just about the development of hope that spirituality provides, but it also creates that, like you said, that fellowship, that camaraderie, a support system, a good support system.
And another thing we want to say is that seeking professional mental health care does not indicate a lack of faith. Integrating professional help with faith-based support can lead to holistic healing. So basically, they can work hand in hand.
Absolutely. Okay. So I am definitely excited to talk to some of our community members, some of our representatives in the community, and get their perspective, get their insight on how mental health, mental wellness, and spirituality definitely can begin to be intertwined and no longer has to be at either end of the spectrum. So Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you and talking to you next week. All righty, take care of yourself so that we can all take care of each other. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to Just Me Therapy podcast. If you are seeking further one-on-one diagnoses, interventions, and treatment plans, please consider scheduling an appointment with an individual counselor at Journeys Counseling Center, located in Greensboro, North Carolina. Journeys can be reached at 336-294-1349. The mission of Just Me Therapy podcast is to use authentic conversations to uplift one's mind, body, and soul. The goal of Just Me Therapy is to offer affordable education and insight to individuals who experience financial barriers to accessing individualized behavioral health care services. With that being said, the information, including opinions, advice, and recommendations discussed in this podcast, are intended for individual, informational, and educational purposes only. Such information is not intended to substitute the recommendations of your own licensed therapist or healthcare professional. Although we are licensed behavioral health professionals, we are not your licensed behavioral health professional. As a result, the advice mentioned on this podcast should not replace the recommendations offered by your own qualified health professional.